Guys, we're going to talk about another very important thing today, and we are still within the virtual currency topics in the last few weeks, last few months. So we're going to talk about when to buy, when to invest in virtual currencies, because some people, usually the golden rule is you have to buy when it's low and keep it as long as you can, and if you really want to sell it when it's high before it drops, and that's a golden rule, right? But some people goes the other way, and especially with the changes in the economic policies, the government policies, stimulus bill check is coming, this is happening, that's happening, and because of these things that's happening around you in macro level, and how it affects the virtual currencies, and that's why it stays the way that it is, and all that kind of, you have to consider all that when you decide to buy virtual currency. So we're going to kind of discuss when to buy, as a spot on discussion, a very quick one, when to buy virtual currencies.
Yeah, like I've seen, like, even myself, like in the beginning, right? When now I didn't know too much about cryptocurrencies. I was don't buy it. Even a lot of people talk about like Cardano. I still bought it some, but I didn't buy like a whole lot. I
Mm,
bought some, but that kind of almost 7x, 7 or 8 times more now,
mhm.
right? With that, like, think about it. If you bought it for $100,000, I'm not saying that you have $100,000 to put
Yeah.
that, right? If you bought it for $100,000, you would have $700,000 extra, guys.
Yeah.
Is that much? But sometimes you don't, like, we don't have that the human mentality, like always have that questionable mentality, right? So like if VeChain, like for example, VeChain is like, it's going to go up. There is a
Mm,
coin called VeChain, or theta network, right? That's another one. It went up like 600% in the since last week.
yeah.
And like, people told about that, we already know that. I did have a little bit of it, right? So, but a lot of people don't buy that even with all those hype about the coins. Even that some of the coins actually, theta network is, it's going to do a lot more in the future. Now all the news are coming out. Once it become like 700 600 700% up, people are talking about that. Is a very good one, and all the good thing about that, right? Then more people are buying that when it's so high. But it shouldn't be doing that, like you said, like buy low, sell high. But how do you know what is the low, right? That's why we always say dollar cost average. Dollar cost averaging, when you do that, right? You don't, like, you cannot wait there in front of the system, or in your phone, keep on looking at it to go down, right? So that's not possible, guys. You can do a limit order. That's another thing you should do. What happens is, like, a Bitcoin, flash of a second, it goes down sometime. Like, just goes. It doesn't go down like 10 20,000 dollar. It goes down like $5,000 for maybe for 30 seconds, and then it goes up. It happens when a lot of people dumping it,
Mm,
right? It happens, and then it goes up. When the buy, like, when more people are dumping Bitcoin or anything else, right? And more people are buying, there is 100 buy order, 100 sell order. Like, let's think about that way. As soon as it hits 100 sell order, right? 100, 100 sell order, it's just going to go down slightly, and then
mm.
when that microsecond or maybe a few seconds, you put in a limit order. Like, you say limit order, I want to buy $1,000 Bitcoin
Mm.
for $40,000. You might end up getting it one day, right? So,
So is there, so you pointed out a very important point when you cannot be staring at the phone to find that exact time that it happens, right? So how do we do that? How do people do that
yeah,
on
so
it?
for the limit order, you just go to the exchange wherever you are.
Mhm,
Most of the exchange offers the limit. So
mm,
market and limit, there are
mm.
two,
Okay.
right? So you have to hit the limit, and then say you're going to buy, let's say, $1,000 Bitcoin. You have to put the value, like, right now is 58,000, right?
Mm.
56,000.
56,000 as of
Yeah,
now,
56,000 something. Let's say you put for 50,000, right? Just put
as the limit. drop
limit.
down
Yeah,
from the limit.
50,000,
Okay.
you're going to buy $1,000. And when the things are going up and down, up and down, up and down, there's going to be a time it's
Mm,
going to reach. It's not like it's going to, when it's going down, I'm talking about it just goes back up
mm.
57 again. But that few seconds, it's going to hit that, and then limit order going to be fulfilled. Like you're
Wow.
going to buy that.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people take advantage of that in other coins, like not on the Bitcoin so much, but other coins, altcoins. There are, Cardano, not Cardano itself, but there are other coins that it goes down for a few seconds and then it goes up.
That's a Venkat, now it reminds me, like, this option is, I think, available in other financial, how do you say, financial services companies too, when you invest in stocks, right?
Yeah, yeah,
I've
yeah. It
seen
is.
it,
It is
like
available.
when people
Limit.
try to invest in
Yeah, they
penny
have a stop
stocks,
limit. They have a stop
stop
loss.
yeah.
There are so
So,
many
so
other.
the same thing, you can apply the same thing,
Yeah.
same technique. So see, I mean, these are like new stuff for someone, most of us.
Yeah.
That's a great point, because what people are so frustrated is, oh my God, I missed that opportunity,
Yeah.
and you don't have to go through that if you have set those limits. That sometimes you say that it drops, uh, uh, and stays there for 30 seconds, and you what's the chance of you staring at the phone right at that point in a given 24-hour period, right? 24
Yeah.
into, it's very unlikely. So but if you had set those limits pre-planned, if you have set those limits prior to
Before.
that
Yeah.
happening,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You can, and because it goes back up, it's not like it's
Sure.
going down and down and
Yeah.
down. No, it's about, you set it's like an alarm,
Right, exactly.
right?
And you don't need to look at it. Like,
Yeah,
probably after a few days you look at it, you may get alert, right? You bought
right.
this or something like
Yeah.
that. So another thing I would say, one more last point I would add here is that some of the coins that news coming out, right? So
Mm,
for example, NFTs, we had to talk about this in another video, guys. Non-fungible tokens, it's a huge thing right now. Like, Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey, he is selling his first tweet for $2.5 million, just a
mm,
tweet, like, just a few words, right? It never been a case before, right? So NFTs, they call NFT, non-fungible tokens,
mm,
means something like, like, let's say this pen is given by, I don't know, some celebrity, right, to
mm,
me. And then I don't, like, it's kind of a, I want it, right? I want it, and I can even sell it for auction, right? Millions of dollars sometime, maybe in the future. The celebrity died, or
mm.
something happens, right? And the same thing with the non-fungible token. Like, you have, like, it is basically adds the crypto name on it. Like, I'm the owner, and then I kind of write it to you.
Mhm.
When I'm selling, I transfer the ownership to you. It
Right,
is
right.
under that, it's actually written down in the crypto smart contract. It's called smart contract kind of
Okay.
thing, right? So it's, you have the ownership now, so
Mm,
nobody else can climb that. What people are doing, like arts, like, anything, right? It doesn't have to be anything, like any screenshot, like, something happened like 50 years, 100 years ago. You had a photo of that. You are the owner of that, right? So you could just create crypt NFT out of that, and then start putting in the auction. It's pretty easy to
okay.
do it, like like people are buying those. So those are some of the things that you need to take into look into account. And the news coming out, right? So they're like, some of the coins, all the NFT coins are going up, like
Okay.
10 times up last month or so, right? So you need to pay attention to that. And all the other NFT coins that are not going up, it's going to go up in the future.
Yeah.
So just buy them when it's not going up, right? When it's like dormant, kind of,
Right.
that it's going to go up for sure, 99% sure. Just buy them.
When can we can talk about more detail on another episode? This is like a very quick video we want to share, because these are the things that you need to know
Yep.
to so you won't miss out on opportunities. That's the worst feeling ever, right? You and I mean, most of us have gone through that. You have those oh my God moments. Just uh, just avoid that. In order to avoid those moments, this episode is very important if you want to avoid those oh my god, a negative negative feelings. So great, Venkat, great, thank you so much for sharing that information. And yeah, so that's pretty much it, but hope you guys learned something, and spread the good news, just the content. If you even because with this content, some people that might be really interested in exactly what we talked about today. So share the good word, and then make some bucks.
Right. Thank you
All
guys.
right, thank you guys.